Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Today in inzoi, we are looking at the early access graphic comparisons and the specs breakdown. I want to add before I start, it's very important. Anyone can play this. Just use GeForce or use a virtual desktop like Air GPU. I'm sure you can find the equivalent to both in your country if you don't have either or you have one of each, or you know what I'm trying to say. Let's now enjoy this breakdown, but remember, anyone can play this game, so do not get discouraged while we watch. Let's do it. So here we have the brand new early access in graphic comparisons. That would be on minimum. Now we're going to see what it would look like on medium specs here. Now we're going to look at what it would look like on the recommended specs. And now we see here what would be the high requirements. Now here is the medium to recommended to high. I think what I'm seeing here is basically the clarity, and then the animation and the drawings of certain things look way better on the high compared to the minimum. You're seeing here again what it would look like now on the medium spec, and now you're seeing it now what it would look like on the recommended, and now you're seeing what it would look like on the high settings here. It's all laid out what you would need. Again, it's very important to remember this. Even if you don't have this level of a PC, you can still play it because they will be using GeForce, or you can use a virtual desktop like Air GPU. Now I'm going to do some just overall talking as we see the comparisons here. So, because that's important. I don't want people to watch the video and go, oh, I can't play. That's what the Sims people want you to think. They want you to think, oh, I'm stuck in Sims 3 or Sims 4. No. You have GeForce, which pretty much everyone can use, or you can use a virtual desktop like Air GPU. Every country has some type of virtual desktop kind of website where they use some kind of servers. Now, I don't want to say every single country, but I'm saying most are now using some sort of a virtual desktop. I'm saying that most are using some sort of a virtual desktop. So I do think most will be able to use it, because you're seeing these in-game comparisons and it's not super large differences. It's really based on clarity. Now, are these going to be game breakers where, hey, I don't want to play it or something like that? No, these are not game breakers, but it is important to understand that, okay, look, at a certain level of the game, it's going to look better than at others. I think that was never the question, but I think it is good to see the true graphic comparison so we know exactly what to get into and how to deal with it, of course. I think the biggest thing, again, is just the certain level of detail and the clarity. Again, the only place where this will affect in-game stuff will be when it comes to the smart AI and having the using the AI feature. That's where you're really going to need your computer to be at a certain level. So I think that's why they say to even run the game. Now, here's the only place where I saw the biggest difference with the graphics from the minimum to medium. It was so, like, my God. Now, after that, it kind of is all about clarity, but you can see the lighting is just a huge difference. And so that will be key. I think the lighting will be most affected. I think that picture there, that comparison there speaks volumes. That right there speaks volumes. So, and then after that, it gets more back to just more the clarity and so forth and so forth. Now here's a good one as well, because it's showing you now outside more density. Take a look here. That was the minimum. This is now the medium. It seems like it gives you a better overall view scope. I think that's what I'm gauging from here. Again, will this affect your gameplay? No. Will this affect a lot of stuff? No. The only thing it will affect really is the AI feature. And also, how crystal clear do you care about your game being? I think for this kind of game, you just want it to be so perfectly looking, because that's part of the allure. It's not like it's a FPS game where you're going to be shooting like that. So really, the whole allure of the game is the look and how it looks while you're in the game. And I think the characters are so hyper realistic, it makes sense that that would be your main feature of the game, of how it looks. So I think this graphic comparison is huge. Remember, as long as you have GeForce or you have a virtual desktop, you like Air GPU, I'm sure in your country, if you're listening to this or watching this and they don't have Air GPU, I'm sure you can find the equivalent. This was a great breakdown. Now let's look at some screenshots to get down in detail. So I wanted to start with this one here, because the main difference you will find with this one here is really the background textures and the background subtleness to how clear everything is. So that's the main point I think I got from the video so far with them, was that, okay, the main part that will be affected is how clear it is, clarity, how smooth it is. I mean, that's obvious, but I think the pictures too. Now, to be fair, it all determined when they took the picture compared to that one, as well. It's hard to get a moving object perfectly, so I don't know if they did that purposely. You know what I'm saying? So, to be clear, when I'm trying to get screenshots sometimes, a matter of a frame going back 1 or 2 seconds can give me clarity compared to going one forward. So I don't know if they did that on purpose or not. Just want to say that as a full disclaimer. Now, you can definitely see the subtle differences with the clarity in the gift box, and the clarity of the female in the back, in the clarity of the the food cart thing staying back there. So you definitely see the subtleness. You definitely see it, no question. Definitely see it. Moving on here, I kind of like to do it from obvious minimum, guys, girls, to medium, and then medium to recommended. So that's why you see the flow how it is. So again, the main thing here was clarity. As it rains, you see on medium, it seems more foggy, like the screen is fogged or something like that. The screen doesn't look as together as it should. There's certain subtleness to, even if you look at the performer that is performing in the rain, you kind of can notice how you can see his face way much more detail. I can see actual face design in recommended. In medium, I kind of just get an idea of you still get it, but I think the lighting brings it out more. I think that's what you get. The lighting here is very powerful, and I think that's the one thing I'm seeing. It's the one thing I'm getting from this as I go across it. For this one here, I want to do a full cross-on discussion. So you see at the minimum, the clarity is struggling. Again, will that super affect gameplay? No. Will there be times when it gets to like 60 FPS, probably, if not more? Yes. Just sometimes it's going to be kind of just not look great from certain angles. It's going to be a bit groggy, so the game can at least run for you. That's clear. That's number one. Number 2, over to now medium. You see the clarity begins to become a little bit better. Now again, is any of this game breaking? From this standpoint, absolutely not. So you also see recommended, you're getting a little bit more clarity, but it's not anything jaw-dropping. The only one that's a little, oh, okay, I can see the difference, is from minimum to medium. But once you get to medium, you're kind of splitting hairs. You're like you're splitting hairs because it looks identical, extremely identical. There's certain subtleness to the lighting, but it's already a bright room anyway. So, and also I don't know if you put it to minimum but you adjust the graphics, that should matter. And I don't know if I should do a video about that. Do people know how to adjust in graphic settings? You know what I'm saying? I think that's a conversation that needs to be had for a different video. But yeah, I think this here looks good across the board. It gives you a great explanation on everything. Now here again, I wanted to do a across the board reaction. You see the minimum looks pretty good here. Minimum, recommended, high. Now, the only subtle differences that I can see here that really stand out to me that have me a bit concerned would be that on the minimum, you just don't get the level of detail. Now, is you having a couple extra wrinkles in the skin going to make or break you playing the game? No. Again, I think the only place where this will affect you is when it comes time to do the AI prompting and putting things in the game from AI. That will struggle, if not be there for minimum. I mean, it will be there for them, but it might be a struggle as far as it uploading into the game, just to be clear. But overall, you see no big differences here, because I think lighting is key. I think if people know how to do it, you can do everything down to medium, but maybe bring up your lighting to high and probably be fine here. This here was a another one that I thought would be good to show all around. You see the major difference, excuse me, here with the minimum to medium is the biggest. That was like night and day. Like that was like, well damn, you know, like that was night and day. So I think for that one, I would say, okay, yeah. You really, so it showed me that in certain parts of the game, you're really going to need that certain level of graphic card, because if not, you're going to find yourself struggling in lighting. Again, is it that big of a deal that the room is dark compared to it being it natural light color? No. But again, it's just the subtle differences of the game. So that's why you know what I'm saying? For a game like this where the appeal is just, it's a life sim. So it's how it looks is half of its appeal, you know, on its own. You're doing everything within a life type of outlook. So how it looks matters. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why this is very key here. The minimum to medium was the biggest surprise for me here. But overall, the next ones, the medium, recommended, high, all look fine. Nothing is that game breaking to me either way there, but you definitely see the difference from minimum to medium here. Definitely. I wonder if that can be adjusted with you just going in there and doing lighting. Here again, just quickly want to go overview again. You see I'm outside here. The difference here, I'm looking in the background. I'm not looking at really the characters here too much, but you definitely can see as you get towards the recommended and the high, the face textures align is better. You can see in the backgrounds, the plants and the textures are better, more apparent, more alive. The one in the medium the one in the minimum looks a bit more just, I don't know, just looks like paisley, cartoonish Sims type of stuff. And as you get more into the medium, recommended high, you get towards that inzoi kind of look. I think, again, is any of this game breaking? No. And I keep saying that because I don't want people to be like, well, this is the game, how it looks. That's only part of it. How it plays, what you do, how you enjoy it is the main thing. You know, don't get lost in the appeal of the look, even though that is key as well. I'm just saying it doesn't break gameplay. Always remember, gameplay and how it looks are two different things. So as long as this does not break gameplay, which it won't, you can still enjoy the game as much as anyone else who plays on a 4080, 4090, even if you're playing on something else. I wanted to touch base here on the last slide here that does the great graphic comparisons. As you see here, we have the medium, minimum, medium, recommended high. Again, I'm just looking in the background mainly, but you definitely can see, I think the two biggest things you're going to take away from here is the face textures, the face sharpness, and then in the background, the subtle clarity and the subtle add-ons of certain things in the background really stands out on why, if you want to get the full experience of it, as far as the full visual experience, you'll definitely need to play it on either probably recommended or high. But again, they have GeForce for that, and they also will have Air GPU for that. If you don't have it in your country, make sure to look for a alternative. I'm sure with a simple search of your favorite web search engine. I don't know if everyone has Google. Some like to use other ones. I'm sure you can find an alternative to Air GPU in your country if you don't have it. And I'm sure GeForce is in most countries again, or there should be an alternative. So either way, this game will be for everybody, for the casual gamer, for the everyday gamer, whoever you are. At any graphic card you have, this game can be played. I want to say thank you for listening and watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I will let the gameplay here loop a bit, just so you guys can still enjoy that. But other than that, I want to say once again, take care. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Take care, and I will see you all on the next one.